Hello guys and girls, don't worry, I have been talking for a little while. I however have been muted because I'm a derp. But welcome back, nice to see you. Today we're going to be going through some of the tutorials. We're going to be going through and criticising, giving a little bit of feedback, and well, basically just having a good old moan about the tutorials. But what we're going to do is chop the video after that and then go through, do some more Cabal missions, get some pistols out, do some builds. What we're going to do is just quickly jump on with a fresh character and have a really good moan. We're going to skip the intro video, of course. We've seen it 100 times already. And let's just start by having a good moan. And I want you to have a moan with me, okay? I just want you to just let your hair down, you know, take your bra off. Just let it all out. Be angry, okay? It's okay. It's okay to be angry. So here we are in the tutorial. We've got a little bit of information. Let's think back to some of the other games. Right, first thing that we've seen. I was actually just about to click to move somewhere here. So, can't click anywhere. The game is actually paused. So, first up, the question I've got to ask myself is, there is a lot of information that's been thrown at me just here with what is basically a text wall. And this is horrible. This is not a very nice start. Every single person that has got to this point in the game right now has made it here by using a mouse and keyboard. And okay, most people will be aware that it's either WASD or it's a click to move. But honestly, I don't think all of this information is needed. Yes, it tells you that there's different options, but could this not be done by just having a little flash here beside the character with a little WASD that's there? Could it not just be a little ping on the ground that basically entices you to click there? Have a little ping. Bing! A little flashing ping. Click to move, and well done, your character's just figured out how to move already. Do we really need a text wall to read about all the different options, all the different stuff? I'm really not a fan of having a game manual inside a game past the year 2000. Like, going back in time, 1990s, we used to get out our game manual while playing a game to read about the controls as we're playing. Maybe we'd pause it and say, oh, actually, what does this button or what does this ability do? So we'd go back in our manual, find out what the grenade does, how it works. But really, do you need to be told to click somewhere when you could just have a little ping here on the screen? And naturally, what you're going to do is go and click on it with your mouse. And very quickly, you've ascertained, clicking is involved with moving. Then what it could do is just say, oh, WASD, use that to move, whatever. The controls, it's nice to know the options, but it could be done in other ways. Now, again, we're walking towards this. My mouse hovered over it. It looked like something I could click on. I click on it, and what happens? I get another one of these really abrasive sort of things. Okay, this is just a thing, an unpleasant thing that my face is having to deal with right now. I'm trying to play a game here, and twice already I've had my game paused for me, which just quite frankly annoys me. And what this screen says, and I'm sorry, I'm having a good old moan today, aren't I? All you've got to do is left click it. I mean, I'm sorry, but do you need to say that you need to left click an item in order to activate it? If it naturally, you're going to move around the screen with your mouse. We're playing on a mouse and keyboard here. Yep, pretty goddamn obvious. If I see this happen, I don't need a tooltip to pop up to tell me that I need to click on it. I mean, is this just me? But that seems like having a pop-up to pause my game to tell me that if I click on the thing that when I mouse over it highlights. I mean, surely they could just do away with that entire screen. Granted, it also says that you can press F to jump on a turret. Yeah, completely fine. But this isn't a turret, so why tell me that now? Why not have a turret in the tutorial and then say, when you're near it, oh, have you tried pressing F to mount the turret? Why tell me that now? I mean, that's just paused my game twice. I'm just trying... I'm just trying to play the game. I just want to play Martyr. And it's done it again. Mount it. Here, giggity. Look, seriously. Now, it's told me that I can rotate the camera. Okay, fine. I mean, is there not another way to teach this? I like these little videos, by the way. They're kind of cool to have on the onboard wiki if players want to look up stuff. I do kind of like that, but in a tutorial, no. Could this not be integrated into the game at all? When you get here, I mean, how do most games do a tutorial? You get a little text box that pops up in the corner and they say, "Oi, dickhead, try pressing this button." So you press the button and they go, "Well done. Well done, here's a biscuit." That's all. Surely there could have been another way of implementing this without it being so offensive. So you get to here, you walk up. Can we not just have a little flash next to our character that says, hold your mouse button and drag right and left, and once you've done it, then it moves away? Very, very simple. That's how most games would tackle that, and that's instantly taught us how to do it. No one's going to read that text. No one except for the most diligent of Inquisitors are going to read that. Now, this has got an exclamation mark on it, and by now I'm being left to my own devices. I'm finally being trusted that I can click on something and figure that out for myself. Fan-dabby dozy. Ooh, an ancient something. Okay. Next thing to moan about. This X is absolutely tiny. Now, granted, it's a window and the X is in the top right, but we're not currently using Internet Explorer. I'm not a big fan of this one either. I know. Oh, Chapter Valrak, there will be pistols. There will be pistols. And there, yeah, this isn't Space Marine either. I know. Sue me. Report me. Get on the case right now that this is just a lie. We're having a good old moan about the tutorial chapter. So, and chapter as well, I know you play this game every now and again. Join in. Have a good moan with us. We're currently I'm trying to explain that I'm not currently playing Internet Explorer. I don't want a little bit of a freaking close here. Just, can I click outside? Can I have a close at the bottom? I don't know. If this is going to be here, I'd like it to be a lot bigger. Closing in the top right, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I can let this one go. Maybe I'm being a little bit too anal with this now. But there you go. Moan harder, please. That's what a Pro Tool says. That's what he says. So, let's move on. Is it going to pause the game anymore? Because I've been trying to play this game now, and it's paused it 3 times for me. And again, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're having a good old moan about the tutorial to kick things off. I'm always accused of being a white knight, but there are genuinely things I really dislike about this. Oh, an enemy. Oh, you know what I think it's going to do? I think it's actually going to pause the game before I get to do anything interesting. Let's have a see. So all of a sudden... Ta-da! Okay, we're paused again. We've got some questions coming out. What's going on? Can we skip the tutorial missions yet? There was a thing when making a character that you could skip it, but they've not actually implemented it yet. So not yet. Oh my god, we've got 2 chapter masters in. We've got Valrak and Jones. I challenge you both to a showdown right now. Get it on. Chapter master showdown. Do it. I don't even know how do chapter masters duel it out for superiority. So, right, we got another screen here. This is telling me the buttons. Again, I really think... Let's just go back to Diablo 3 for a second here. What happens in that game? You start off with a stick. You're trusted with the fact that you've got a brain and you see an enemy, so you left-click on the enemy. And that's what all of us here that have used a mouse and keyboard in our life will have done thus far. So what we would do is we would click on the enemy. That's as simple as that. And then you get another move and it goes, ta-da, you've got a new move, and then you see it is bound to another key, and then you get another move, then you get another move. Now, granted, they're just suddenly throwing a weapon at you. I accept that, but I really, really just dislike these. Oh, what does this even do? Take me to the tutorial. Oh, great, I can read all the old ones again. Ugh. Right, okay, so now we've got an enemy and we've got 4 buttons that have just been thrown at us. Let's just pretend we're a new player. Great. Great. I just started fighting my first enemy in this game, and you interrupted it before I could even do anything. I'm sorry. This is really my brain right now is. I really dislike this. Again, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be brash, but anyone that's trying to have fun right now is literally being slapped in the face every now and again by these pop-ups saying, "Stop it. Stop having fun." So, okay, you're in, and all of this just to say, dodge a purple thing on the ground. I mean, again, I feel like when there's a ground effect here, if I stand there and stomach it, there are other ways of making it fairly obvious that I should have moved, such as my health flying down, such as the ground marker there. I mean, really, you could, worst case scenario, we could have a little voice pop-up box here. We could have our captains come up and say something smirky like, maybe you should try moving next time, 006. There's just a lot of ways to do this without resorting to pausing your game to read a text wall. Now, granted, this enemy's not doing much to me. Let's just pretend we're a new player. We're not dodging. We don't know what we're doing. We're pressing we're pressing random buttons, and look, it's paused it again for us. What is up, guys? What is up, Dr. Dewey? Nice to see you, my friend. We're having a good old moan about this before we whop out our pistols and go through a few more missions. So, again, I'm trying to kill this mission. I'm trying to kill this monster mob, whatever it is. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a new player here. And yet again, I'm being given information that is just excessive. It's telling me about all the different weapon types that I don't even have yet. Really, I think how a normal game would drip feed this to you, and granted, this isn't a normal game, but all it needs to do is start off with a bullet weapon, and then give you another weapon, and when you run out of ammo, have a little bloody flash saying R to reload. That's all that's needed. That is all that's needed, is just a little flashing R next to your character. A little tiny little flash. R for reload. Heck, you could even have a voice cue. You could have a noise. You could have so many things that do it just stop. Guys, I'm putting it on a little bit here, but seriously, this is really annoying if you're trying to actually... Heck, even if you're trying to do a video talking about the tutorial system, these pop-ups are really annoying, okay? They're not good. They're not good because they're just ruining my immersion. So, I can equip 2 weapons, blah, blah, blah. You press the tab key to switch between them. Again, all you need to have here, just like most other games will do in a tutorial, is have another enemy and have a weapon more appropriate for that enemy and kill them with that weapon. Maybe have them immune to damage from the first weapon and have a really obvious box next to your character that when you press it... I tell you what, why don't we just write a little scenario? Another mob comes out, shoots it with my weapon. Pow, 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 pow. Pop up on the side of the screen. Your weapon's not very effective, Inquisitor. Why don't you try bringing out the other one? Press the tab button next to your character there. Oh, I'll press the tab button. That would be a really good idea. Pow, pow, pow. It's super effective. There you go. You've just done a tutorial without doing a really annoying text box. Again, I know I'm coming across as a little bit overly emotional here, which is normally I try to be analytical, but this is genuinely one of the things that I think is going to prevent many players from enjoying this game right now. And again, it's doing this. Again, I cannot literally move 20 seconds without having my game paused. I think you've got to be the most patient person in the world to actually read all of this, and even more so to actually just not be annoyed by it. I'm a very placid, passive person. You've probably noticed. Okay, I get a little wound up in the forums every now and again, but I like to take a chilled approach. And this is really ruining my immersions right now. I'm just trying to learn how to play this game. Now, all character classes have a special resource that is used to activate. Again, I just think that this is something really simple. Assassins have an address. Okay, tell me I've got to dodge. Just tell me what the button is. Tell me what the armor ability is. All I need here is an enemy that requires me to do this. Or I need a room that requires me to do this. Get me to go up to a door. Press my number 4, make the door open, let me go through the door and kill an enemy with my clones. There's so many ways to do this that don't involve painfully pausing your game and giving you a headache. And I guarantee some people will not like this. See you around, Captain Master Valrak. One day I may well play Space Marine. Maybe one day. The thumbnail is a lie. Let's see what the YouTube staff think. And again... another thing here, why not just say, have a spacebar next to your character? It does the same thing. Like, all of that text is just there. And again, I'm getting another bloody one now. Oh, my God. I get it. You can destroy cover. Oddly enough, this is popping up after the bit which I needed to destroy cover in earlier on to get through a corridor, I think. I might not have remembered that right. I might be wrong. But... oh, look, it does it here. Look, it does it there. Why not do that while I'm playing the game? I mean, that's so easy. Like, as I'm walking here, it can just say, I don't know, it could literally auto-walk me. As I walk through here, it could auto-walk me to here. It could disable all of my buttons apart from spacebar and say press spacebar. You press spacebar, you get your movement back, and ta-da, you've figured out everything you need to know. Yes, granted, the shift key is also being presented to you, but again, you could just be... There's just so many ways that they could do this. Let's carry on moving, see how many more of these pop-ups we get. Ha! We completed a mission. Mission 1 completed. But honestly, and I know I egged it up a little bit, but that is really not how I would like to start a game. And honestly and truthfully, I think many players that are going to go through that and think, nope, not for me. Because other games have such simple... and here I think is the problem, that this game has such complicated mechanics compared to other games that you actually need. That's not a crusader. There we go. Other games have such complicated... Oh, sorry, this game has such complicated mechanics that it's just giving itself a headache to try and, you know... Oh, blech. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, hang in the stream. I'm just going to pause the stream and start it up again. So I've bookmarked that video so I can basically publish it. So once again, anyone that has watched that video or is watching the replay, thank you very much. And stay tuned for the stream starting in about 10 seconds. And there we go, we're back again, guys. As I said, that would be quick. It's basically just a way of bookmarking the stream. I know it's not convenient for you, but it saves me a couple of hours of editing. Honestly, it takes forever for it to stream through. Now, we do have a grenade launcher. I'm really hesitant to use it still. So, what should we use today? Should we use a grenade launcher? Should we give in to pressure? I mean, I've called it the pistol stream, and already I know I'm not playing Space Marine, so I kind of feel like I should live up to that. Should I? I've used the multi-melter. We've established the plasma cannon's a load of pants. Basically, it's no good at all. The plasma pistols, oh, shall we just go back to them? Let's see what build we're rocking at the mo. Skills, what have we got? We've got nothing. Oh, my word. I tell you what, then. Let's swap out the grenade launcher. Let's just make some people happy and use this goddamn gun and make a build for it. Let's see what we can do. We've got area effect and knockback. We've got knockdown, knockback again. So straight away, stun, slow. We've got 3 here. We've got a lot of knockback. So I think we're really going to have to use that a little bit. I believe, do we also have a burn? Let's have a little look. And please note as well that it's explosive, which is not heat, I believe. It's actually a physical damage. So. Yeah, and that's only one of the first tutorial missions. They're not all that bad, but honestly, the pausing is really, really not something I enjoy. So, let's crack on with some skills now. We've got knockdown, knockback. That's what we're going to start with. So we're going to go over to the debuff tree, and we're going to see what we can do. We've got slow, shock, stun, or freeze. Now, where is the one that makes people take more damage after a knockdown or knockback? 3-second shock penalty to targets affected by a knockdown. So that's going to be pretty useful for us. They're going to be shocked for a period afterwards. They're going to be moving slower and attacking slower. And maximum suppression resist when stunning or knocking down opponents. You know what? That could be pretty useful for this, really. Now, we can increase the shock duration and the effect of the shock, so they're going to be attacking us super slow. And the bonus on targets affected by slow increases, okay, 10% extra damage to targets that are slowed. Maybe we can live with that. Are they automatically slowed when they're shocked? I'm not entirely sure. Shock penalty. I don't think we're going to be slowing anyone, truthfully, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. But I am going to go with this one. 20% bonus to shock and slow effect. It's quite nice. So let's move on from here and see what else we can do to increase our weapon. Now, looking at the cooldowns, if we bring them up here, 1.3 second. Take note of that. 5 second, 3 and 5. They're all over 1 second. So what we can do is we can go over to our ranged combat here, and we can go to this 30% range skill cooldown bonus when fighting from cover. That's basically going to reduce our cooldown a lot for that left mouse button. It's going to make it a lot better. Now, slowed, shocked, stunned or frozen, well, we do have a stun ability, so we could potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 20% extra damage to slowed, shocked, stunned or frozen enemies. Could be quite useful, and we also also get the reload time for the weapon, and it's going to be reloading a lot as well. So that's potentially something quite useful. 5% movement, oh heck, it's only 1 point, we'll chuck it in there. Now, while we're here, I really think it's a good idea to go for the old classics here, and while we're also here, we'll go for 20% damage reduction in cover as well, to really make sure we actually use the cover today. So we've got 20% bonus damage resist while in cover, and we've also got your hit points reduced below 30%, you get your inoculator reset. So looking pretty good. Now, what else are we going to use to actually get the damage up? Because thus far it's not looking that good damage-wise. We're mostly utility, and we don't want to be running around a map with a utility. So we've got rapid fire, area effect, area effect, area effect, area effect. I think it's safe to say that we should probably be doing some area effect stuff. Am I right? Now, that being said, I'm not a massive fan of the actual area effect tree. Some of them aren't too bad. So 1.5, 1.5, not too bad. Melee skills useless. Keep going along, and eventually you get cone skills, which we don't have. Keep going along, keep going along. Eventually, you'll get reduce the cooldown by 1%, and kills reduce the cooldown by 5%. Again, it's not actually that good in terms of a skill. That is really not worth the investment, considering I've wasted a lot of points down here. Let's have a look at some of the others. Suppression damage, suppression damage, suppression damage. Maybe that's okay if you're looking to try and stun someone, but really? I mean, there's so many wasted points in this tree. Increased effect, which is technically the effect is damage, so it should increase the actual damage. It's really not looking that good. Again, 5% damage to grenade skills. I have a grenade launcher, but they're not classed as a grenade. Not that useful. Area effect skill, finally. Basically, this is just useless. So I'm going to take all the points out of this, and I'm going to see where else I can put them. I know it's a bit confusing, but there you go. There you go. I really don't think that that is the best use of what we've got. Now, physical tree, what else can we do? Maybe we can go to the suppression tree. One of my personal favorites, because a non-stacking 20% damage bonus, 10% damage reduction for 1 second whenever you take damage while your suppression status is green. So you keep your suppression green, and you're basically rolling. So what we're going to do is damage reduction, damage reduction, damage reduction. So we're getting pretty tanky here. Health point regeneration when your suppression is green. Hopefully, being in cover all the time, our suppression will be green a lot. Dot damage reduction bonus. Is it really worth it? Oh, heck, we're going to go for it just to get this. Non-stacking 20% and 10%. Well, that's what we're going to work towards with all of this. These extra ones, we get a little bit extra damage bonus, damage bonus, damage bonus, which isn't too bad. Movement speed +3 is not too bad either. Critical hit chance. I mean, 2% for 1 point is technically fairly good, but it's not that good. Now, physical attacks, here's one to consider as well, because this is utterly pointless, because look at how slow the rate of fire is. It's not a rapid fire weapon. I know we've got a rapid fire ability, but it's not really rapid fire. It's not really rapid fire at all. So we're never really going to get more than 2-3% bonus damage. That's basically completely and utterly crap. Damage bonus against bleeding enemies would be nice if we had a bleed. Also useless. Critical hits dealt. Bestow a vulnerability. Okay, that's great, but we're attacking in a really slow rate of fire. Also useless. 2% damage to get all the way up there. Also useless. Also useless. Also probably going to be useless unless we're going into critical hits. So physical attacks and area attacks, in my mind, are wasted here. Criticals could be an option. We've got 18 points to spend, but I do think ranged is also an option. Criticals, I mean, you've got the bonus here. You're doing AoE. You're going to be hitting multiple people with one hit. So the potential for killing something with a critical is fairly high. You might do a fair bit of damage. But ranged combat is also going to give you some bonuses, and we'll get 5% range and suppression damage bonus over here. Honestly and truthfully, the option is, it's up to you, but I'm going to go for this because I'd like to see a little bit of damage bonus coming out. Now, let's see how many points we got left. We've got 3 points left at the end here. 5% crit. Now, our suppression shouldn't be going down much. We shouldn't ever really need this. Crits healing you again shouldn't really need. Bonus focus point. You know what? You know what, guys? I nearly forgot something. Tick, tick, tick. Best one I could think of for 3 points. +1 focus regeneration per second. Really, 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 really good. So that is us upgraded, and thus far we're basically stunning, providing an extra little bit of damage, and that's about it. We're going to be using cover lots. Let's try a mission and see how rough it is. We're not rocking any anti-armor stuff, so it's going to be a little bit painful killing armored targets. And of course, we're going to be doing a Cabal mission, not against Rebel Guard. Nurgle Demons will do nicely. What is up, Jakey, my friend? What is up, Bjorn? What is up, Simon? Nice to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, anyone that's new here. Nice to see everyone that's new. Nice to see everyone who is not new and has been hanging around for a while. It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad the levelling stuff's helped you, Jakey, that there will be more coming. The recent ramble around the levelling system I really do think is useful. It's probably the most useful one I've done in levelling, is to explain how to level quickly. And I'll give you a quick TLDR as you're new. If you want to level quickly, sell every single purple. Don't disenchant any, you'll get enough materials from boxes. Make sure whenever you do a Tarot mission, you get the bonus fate card selected, okay? Do every single story mission. If you don't have any story missions, make sure you're doing a few... make sure you do an investigation to see if any more spawn. That's probably the best advice I can give right now. Let's use our cover and see how low the cooldown goes. So it's a bit of a better cooldown here now. Granted, it's not absolutely ginormous, but 30% still makes a difference. Now, let's put a turret down and use some other abilities. I'm just spamming my left click at the moment. So we've got right is a proximity mine. We'll put that on the wall here and we'll see if it triggers. Hello? Yoo-hoo! Is it going to trigger? And 2 is an air burst. So 2 is a up in the air, bang, 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 lots of AoE if the animation goes off. And basic AoE for the left click. Right click, I can't remember what that does. No, 1, sorry. 1 is the rapid fire triple burst. Ugh. Okay, let's take cover as I'm being pushed back by these rude individuals. There you go, triple shot. Now, again, I'm not a fan of this weapon. I am using it, granted, it's a weapon. It's still semi-viable. The AoE nature of it, I guess, is okay, but it just takes forever to kill something. Am I honestly doing a purge here? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did I pick a purge? Guys. Nice to see you, King Killer. Nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome. I hope... Do you have the game? Anyone need any advice? Do let me know. I mean, that's why the chat's here, guys. If you've got questions, fire away. If you want to have a good moan at something with me. We're doing good moaning recently with the Martyr moaning squad. However, I am also accused simultaneously of being a White Knight defending fanboy of the game. I don't know. I feel like I've provided a fair share of things to moan about over the past year. Some of which seems to have helped. Free cam. This isn't cam soda, my friend. I don't just get my meat and veg out for people. I dabble with a cam from time to time, but in truth, I find I concentrate better. I talk more naturally when I'm not on camera, and yes, I could practice. But at the end of the day, I'm just more comfortable without it, and a lot of people don't really seem to miss it. Not enough people seem to miss it. I mean, the camera will be there. There may be some vlogs coming up soon, though, by the way. From the developers. Some developer cam. I mean, I'd really like a stream. I'm still nagging them for a stream literally on a daily basis. Every single day this week I've said, are you going to do a stream? Are you going to do a stream? It's kind of just to mildly annoy them, but at the same time, now they want to stream as well. It's just kind of a case of getting everyone in the office together and then making sure they've actually got something to stream. So my honest thoughts are, though, that we can't be too far away. Now, also, I don't think it's that soon because we've not had a roadmap, but I don't think we're going to be too far away from a February patch. We know there is a February patch coming. I would be surprised if it's at the end of February. I did ask if they're going to start sort of their testing and pushing of the patch soon. All I got was a winky face, but you know what winky faces mean. Yep, absolutely. It's just a little bit of flirting, but still. I'm optimistic we'll have a patch in the next 2 weeks, but that is pure speculation and guesswork. I could be completely wrong. The thing is with Jakey is that they're only streaming when they've got something to say. And let's face it, playing this stuff is sort of... These developers have just got taken the route of don't say too much, keep as much as you can a secret till launch. And bear in mind that this isn't the staff's decision, this is a managerial thing. I believe. Because we don't have much information on a lot of the features coming in this game. And I think that's why we don't see many streams, because so much of it is NDA. So much of it they're not allowed to say. Even when I did my recent interview with them, they were basically like, no, we can't answer that. We had a little pre-chat through a few days, but no, a few weeks before. And I was like, okay, can we talk about this? Nope. Can we talk about this? Nope. Can I get some information on that? Nope. And that's fine. That's fine. That's why you do a pre-chat, because otherwise you just look like an idiot sitting there asking stuff that they can't tell you. But it is very clear that they really are trying to hold on to a lot of stuff and keep it a secret, which is why I do like to remind people, wave my white knight flag every now and again, that when we're sold this game, in the Steam page, on their website, they say it's an incomplete product, and it will be an incomplete product during the entire testing phase. There are features. I know that there's features that are going to be a surprise. I don't know what they are. All I know is that there will be some surprises. I know, how annoying is that? You know that there's some stuff coming that could be awesome, and you have no idea whatsoever what it is. It's immensely frustrating as a player, but at the same time, it means we're at least interested for the final product, I guess. And I kind of get it, because for me personally it's working. Yes, they could be avoiding some angry people in the Steam forums by releasing more information. There would be less panic, let's say. They could definitely avoid that, but would there be also less excitement? Well, definitely. You've basically got to weigh up one, weigh up the other, and decide what one are you going to go for. They've made their choice. But yeah, that's it. Oh, that's a good old ramble, aren't we? We're doing well for rambles. We've rambled about the leveling system. We've rambled about so many things recently. I'm getting a phone call. Who is this? Oh, a mobile phone company trying to sell me stuff, trying to give me an upgrade. Sell me their wares. They've been trying for weeks now. I'm gonna let them hang in there a little while longer. Let them get desperate. That's not how it works, but you know. I like to feel like I'm important, even when I'm not. Gives you a sense of control, right? So, anyone else got any questions about this? Yeah, the chat is also to scream Warhammer quotes. Absolutely, Imperial propaganda is more than welcome, my friend. If you want to warn people about heresy, although I would say let's make sure things can be kept in context. Purge the heretic and burn the witch and all of that. Right, there we go. Let's move on. Let's move on. And this is taking forever. I have to say, this is really slow with this weapon. I am just not a fan. Oh, whoa, whoa. Let's go down this one first. Oh, I found a turret. Ding, ding, ding above my head to press F. There you go. I've just figured out how... Oh, hold F. Oh, you know what? That one's actually bugged. You can't use it. Lol. Hilarious. Good tutorial. Reported. Lol. Samus. Are we crossing games here? Are we crossing this with Metroid? Yeah. Me and Jakey are a little bit confused here. I mean, I like a Metroid cosplay as much as the next guy, but I think it's a little bit of a stretch to try and you know, put her... Whoa, whoa, Delilah. Nearly got me. Nearly got me, Neocore. I saw that red line. You cheeky little guys. Now, is Samus a 40k character here? Because if so... Ah, okay. A demon from a heresy book. Okay, okay. I mean, I'm all down for Metroid Prime too, you know. Well, we do know that demon princes are in the works. We do know that is in the works. They're not in the game at the moment, but we know they're in the works. Final boss confirmed? Final boss confirmed? Maybe. Another chest I can't open. Jesus Christ. Is there anything on this map that works? But seriously. You've got to laugh. Oh, and it's a gas trap. My emotions. Now, what really surprises me is there wasn't a pop-up to tell me that there's a gas trap and I better move. Kappa Kappa Keepo. Kappa Kappa Keepo. But seriously, tutorials, guys. I know you feel the same. I know you feel the same. It's not a good place to be where we're at right now with a tutorial. It's just so weird to see text in a game in such a... Oh, whoa. I'm getting a little bit wrecked here. There we go. Finally, doing some damage. Ah, the turret's doing more damage than I am. That's when you know that your grenade launcher's maybe not as good as you wanted it to be. Could my build be a little bit more damage orientated? Definitely. It's quite tanky, and am I using cover at all? No, which makes me kind of bad, having spec'd into cover so much. I'm just not a big fan of this gun. It just doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I need more pop-ups, my friend. I mean, if I could use an adware block to freaking block the tutorial, I would. I genuinely would. Oh, and by the way, guys, that news that I was going to give you today, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. I wanted to give you news. I wanted news. I wanted there to be excitement and wow and stuff and flashing things today. But no, not today. And maybe tomorrow. The person I was going to speak to about said news was not even in the office today to speak to, so hashtag soon. I mean, I'm being teased too. I need to find out some details regarding something to know if I can go. That's basically what I'm holding out for, because I don't want to say I'm going until I know I can go. And there's something, obviously, it's going to be YouTube related, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you guys about it, that I may be going to, an event that may or may not be happening in this year. I'm not actually allowed to say anything about it yet, so I need to check when I talk to the person if I'm actually allowed to talk about it. But I was actually... Well, I've been invited to one other thing that was YouTube related too, and that got cancelled. And I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that either. I'm sorry, I'm a bit crap, aren't I? I just need to be invited to something public. There you go. I mean, I know Focus are doing a thing. I've not been invited to that, though, you know. Focus. Maybe it's because I didn't do the librarian video. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because I didn't do the crappy... Oh, hello. Maybe it's because I didn't do the damn sorcerer video that I'm basically excluded. Who knows? Or maybe because, you know, I'm tiny. I am but a little boy of the YouTube world, and I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, I've been invited to Germany to hang out with Patreons. I guess that counts as a YouTube event, right? Live stream. If I do go anywhere, I will take the camera and do some vlogs. I definitely will. I don't have a laptop though, so I'll have to like do a delayed... I guess I could do it via iPhone. I've seen some iPhone vlogs before that sort of looked okay, actually. The good old iPhone streams. I've seen some good old iPhone live streams too. I mean, they come out in 720 most of the time, I think, but they're not bad. They're not bad. You just need a couple buck piece of software. So much to do, so much to see. And he's trying to get the decimator with this. Oh, do I have a turret over there? Come to me. Come to me. Is our turret dead? Oh, it's dead, Jim. Come on, turret. No, you watch that do more damage than I can. Oh, okay, or you could kill it. You see, even the decimator understands that the grenade launcher is not a threat, so it needs to kill the turret first. Right, maybe if we take our cover, then we can actually do some more damage. Now, granted, I don't have a penetrating attack. I accept this. I accept this. Look at all those debuffs. What have we got? Oh, they're actually buffs. They're actually buffs. Good lord. Look at me go. My suppression isn't going down either. Yeah, what cover? Yeah, we are waiting for the cover to be balanced. Let's be fair here. Oh my god, that was a little bit rough, wasn't it? I don't think that was actually a Kabul mission. I'm fairly sure that was a lie. That did not feel like a Kabul mission. How much fate are we going to get for that? 13. I think it might have been a Kabul mission, you know. That's a good chunk of fate. Little bit of money. No good items at all. And I'm sorry, but I am actually going to put this piece of trash back where it belongs. I'm actually going to just vendor it. It's vendor trash as far as I'm concerned. Get out of my loot inventory. I would rather have the 10 Fate. I could probably use it to fusion. Maybe we'll... Ha! It's gone already! Fantastic. I didn't want it anyway. Get out of my life. So, now that that piece of poo is out of my inventory, shall we make a decent build? Let's move on up and make a good build. Should we go for a bolter gun build this time? Build crafting with Hydra. I feel like we should have a song for these moments to build up a little bit of anticipation when we do a little bit of build craft. Right, what we're going to do is get ourselves a gun. Doesn't have to be a relic. I don't even care anymore. I'm just going to use something other than a pooey grenade launcher. Right, get all of our skill points back. Oh my word, we got... I would love a return all button right now. My hand's starting to go numb from this. Oh, God. Someone sue Neocore. I've got an RSI. Call me a wambulance. Send help. Right, there we go. I think that's all of them back. 50 skill points. 50 skill point dance. Daka, daka, daka for the win. Absolutely. So what do we got? We got an auto gun, which is one of my favourite guns, but it will be a build we've already used. We don't have a bolt gun there. Now, we do have purple bolt gun in here, but that's going to take a while to craft. Again, it's not the best bolt gun in the world. Now, granted, I'm not going to have you guys waiting 3 hours while we make that, so let's see what else we can make. Let's have a look at the rifles. Oh, range rifle, pistol, heavy gun. Well, there's no bolter. So let's have a see what recipes we've got. Maybe we can get a green bolter chain, but shotgun build. Could I have a bolt gun, please? No, no bolt guns. Right, in actual fact, then, I think we're going to go with an auto gun build instead. Grav gun build? Does anyone want to see a grav gun build? Bow, 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 bow. I love the sound it makes. I really generally do. Screw it, let's make a grav gun build. No one uses grav guns, right? I like to call it the Barry White gun, because it's just pure and utter base. Nothing else. A las gun build. An offensive... I mean, it's... las gun just go critical strike. I mean, honestly, it's not complicated. But, I mean, hell... The Patreons have spoken. They've asked for a lasgun build. A lasgun build we shall do. Right, lasgun. Let's see what the skills do first. Remember, this is how we work. This has single target, critical strike. We have another critical strike, single target and aimed. And then we have a janky one and a janky one. Channeled barrage and rapid fire spread, single target. So, a D cannon build. Yeah, that would be Elder. That would be the... Wrong race. So, let's have a little see. We've got critical hit on 2 abilities. Let's just not beat around the bush. Let's just go diving straight in there. We're going absolute balls deep straight away. Pow. All of the crit, because killing stuff with a crit, we're going to get a bonus to crit. It's obviously going to be good. We won't care about suppression this time. That'll be fine. And is it worth getting focus points per crit? Maybe. Suppression damage? Not really necessary. Now, with heat weapons, I do like to go for this. I do like to go for this because the burn effect actually does an anti-heal when you spec into it, which is yonder. Extra second and burning prevents healing. So now we've got a critical hit anti-heal weapon. Huzzah! It's exciting. It does things. It's interesting. Vulnerability applied when getting a critical hit, which is also nice because if you get a few of them, you will do more damage against the larger mobs. Overheated, cooldown faster, also nice. Minus critical hit chance is not a very good option. Really? I don't know what Neocore was thinking with this, given that this is based on critical hits. Why doesn't this say minus 5% damage and plus 5% critical? I know it already does that in critical tree, but why not do it again? That would be fine by me, and extra damage when we're high heat. Again, we're going to go down for the mandatory down here. Again, we're going to go along here for the mandatory down there. Now, the question is, what are we going to do with the rest? If we bring this up one more time, we've got single target critical, and aimed. The aimed for me is not going to happen enough to really justify it. Let's just look at the time for the build, 0.6 seconds. Ew. So let's have a look at single target and see if it's worth. 3% damage for melee skills. Nope. Suppression damage. Nope. Suppression damage. Nope. First hit 5% critical's not too bad, but I have to waste 3 points to get there. That is not too bad for some of the abilities, but could be better. Again, wasted. Again, wasted. Suppression damage on a las rifle. I mean, what are you thinking? Every one hit gives you a bit of health back. So many wasted points to get there. I'm not doing it these days. 10% damage and suppression damage when they're low on health is not too shabby, but if you're killing stuff in 2 hits anyway, you will never see it give you a damn lick of use. The only good thing I think you can do in this tree is this and this. 4.5% damage for 2 points spent, but I'm not going to do it. Suppression damage bonus to single target, again not useful. Damage with single target skills against slowed, shocked, stunned or frozen enemies might be useful if I had one of those abilities. And the final one here, one hit kills give you a damage stacking bonus. I'm never going to get to use it. Much like the previous situation, I would be much better off either going with the ranged combat tree, which I'll probably do, or going with the suppression tree to just give me some bonuses to stuff, like the extra 2% crit. I'm going to go with the ranged combat here. I'm going to go with just extra flat out damage. Good. This one's very, very good for kiting. 5% damage bonus to rapid fire skills. Let's have a little see. I believe that is rapid fire. Yep, I'm actually... steady on, steady on, steady on. I'm actually going to go with that just so I can kite a little bit. Ooh, kiting fun. Extra damage here. Salvo skills I don't have. That is all going to be useless. We're going to go over here. Bonus to cooldown when in cover and extra overheat bonus here. All looking pretty darn good. These channeled abilities, maybe. Right, we've got 1 point left to spend. What can we do? Anything useful here? Bleeds? No. Poison, burn and bleed effects are halved. That's on me, not on the enemy. Or is it actually? Duration. Fast metabolism. No, that's on me. Don't need that one. That's a load of poo. Is there anything else we could do here? Ranged. I don't have a salvo. Single target. I could do 1.5% damage there, I guess. Was there anything here? No and no. That's my build for a lasgun. I would probably go similar for a hotshot rifle too. Let's jump in a game and see how the build works. So... lower levels of Inquisitor, lower levels. Yeah, I would like to see a hive city, to be honest. I mean, the trouble is we're in the Caligari sector, so a special mission too. Let's see if that actually loads a special mission in the area. Let's see what we actually get here. What do we got, guys? Oh, Purge, Plague Vanguard. That'll do. Let's just go on ahead and do this. Yeah, the trouble is with the Caligari sectors, I'm not sure if there are many hive cities in there, but they could work in a few planets. There's no reason why they can't, as sort of a long-lost hive city. Absolutely fine. Frickin' Exterminatus that at the end of a season, why not? We're missing a lot of the campaign right now, so we don't know what's going to be included, but there's no mention of hive city. There is Imperial Ruin and Imperial Rooftops, so we'll have to see. So let's do a little bit of Dakar, see how much we hit for. Can we kill them in one hit? Oh, that looked like a fairly low amount of damage. 200. Okay, so a crit kills them in one. And I wonder what our crit is. I mean, it'll be plus 10%. I reckon our crit's probably sitting at about 30% right now. That being said, I mean, it's kind of critting every other shot. Now, we can also use our one ability. Do a little bit of rapid fire. And we get the bonus to cooldown too, which is nice. Generates a fair bit of heat. Overall, though, I like it. I like it quite a lot, and if we need a little bit of a movement steroid, we can do that, and then we move a little bit quicker as we run away. Oh, Frallops92, nice to see you, my friend. Special missions should give you a better reward, but I don't think those ones are actually loading for me properly. Special mission generally means, I believe, and I could be wrong, an investigation is classed as a special mission. So if you do those, you generally get an extra bit of glory after you finish the chain of them. Sometimes they'll spawn a story mission, but all of this is a little bit of a mystery right now, it has to be said. Right. Pow, pow, pow. I think number one is definitely better. Now, I'm not using much of my right click at the moment, which is my aim shot. I really should be weaving that in as and when, because that's definitely going to kill a guy in one hit. So if we do a couple here, every 2 seconds, so I think we can do left click, left, right. 3 lefts and a right, and I think that is pretty much our bread and butter combo. And if we want a movement steroid, we do our one ability, and if we want to just waste all of our heat, we do the other ability. It's not terrible. That's our... Oh, it's a streamed ability. My mistake. I got confused. The hotshot rifle unloads it all at once. This one just turns it into a giant sort of red rocket. Red rocket, red rocket, red rocket. Not the prettiest move in the game, let's be honest. Like, look at it. It's a bit of a lackluster sound effect, isn't it? So, the right click, however, does do a nice bit of spike damage. Let's see a fully charged one on this guy. Charging up, charging up, charging up. 4. That was not a lot. Not actually worth charging it up, I have to say. Not worth charging it up at all. 1913. Oh, that was a right click, and that was definitely worth it. 1400. So, critical hits on the right click. So inconsistent. That one there did 200, and that was a crit on the right hit. Oh, Neoko, your numbers are all over the place. What is going on? Some other players have reported that they don't really understand the number system, and I have to say I'm kind of in the same boat. Quite often, just numbers seem to be pulled out of a hat. Some of them are big, some of them are small, some are in the middle. They're all shapes and sizes, and it does get a little bit confusing as to why suddenly one of my right clicks did 1,500 and then the next one did 200, and both were a crit. I don't know. I mean, maybe one hit him in the leg, one hit him in the head. I don't know. It's weird though. Right, let's go hug some cover, which lets us spam our rapid fire ability, which I wonder actually, is this higher DPS? I tell you what, can we hover over the tooltip and find out? 358 and 118. Oh my god, technically speaking, that is much better DPS. Although that would be increased by 30%, but that can't be right. Now, am I wrong that that is counting one of the 3 shots and not all 3 of them? Because you do fire 3 shots. I have a feeling the calculation is wrong then. Let's have a look. Because in theory, that should be taking more than 1 to kill something. If it's half the DPS of this, less than half, it's a third. So it should do... Oh my word, this makes no sense at all. If I do a 1 here, yeah, that tooltip is just wrong. That tooltip is 100% wrong, because that's a single shot with my left click, and that's... Yeah, I mean, it's at least equal to... I don't know. What's going on, Neoko? What's going on? Okay. The investigation writing, I mean, I'll be honest, my friend, I've read about 2 of them, just because, in the words of one of my favourite memes, ain't nobody got time for that in this day and age. Literally text-based dialogue, text-based most things in games these days I don't get into. That being said, I am biased because I don't really like even written books. To be fair, I'm an audiobook person through and through. I will go through a 30-hour audiobook. I'm an audiophile. I'm an auditory learner. I barely took a single note the whole of my university. I just listened and then pirated other people's notes. But honestly, listening is my bag. I can't read quests, written quests. I know they had them in WoW, and never once did I look at it. I just used a quest mod. And ugh. Many people are in the same boat though. I know many people are in the same boat as me on this. Lots of people don't like it. But you play a game like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I listened to every bit of dialogue in that entire game's leveling experience and had a blast as a result, and you know why? Because it was all voice acted and it was all done very well. Really, really liked that game. Really, really liked it. Which is maybe one of the reasons why I'm so anti this game's tutorial. Which just, quite frankly, makes me angry. Makes me dem angries. Right. Nearly done. Over halfway through. We've been streaming for 1 hour thus far. We are doing good. Right. Cracking on, cracking on, cracking on. I mean, is the las rifle fun? Not really. The trouble is that the weapon just lacks the visual oomph to make it... Yeah, absolutely a pro. I'm with you on ESO as well. In ESO, I listened to most of it. There were some times I just skipped it. Like, if I know I'm being sent out in the woods to do a 10 gather quest, I'm not going to listen to the woman that's telling me why I need to go kill 10 mice. But for the vast majority of the game, I took a long time to level in that because I did every mission. I was thorough. I spent like 120 hours leveling. Really liked that game. Really liked it. I thought ESO was very, very underrated. ESO, I kind of think... Now, let's move on to Dawn of War 3, because we're going to segue a little bit here, because I think ESO wasn't what Elder Scrolls fan necessarily wanted, but I do think it's a good game. And I think on its own it is a good game. And I think it just didn't get quite the publicity it deserved, because quite a few people just wanted a Skyrim with others, you know? And it wasn't like that. It was a bit more MMORPG-ish. The combat was not typical Skyrim. It was far less janky and awkward. I think it was a great game though. But shortly after this, I will be releasing a video on Dawn of War 3, just to basically give you guys my thoughts on it. And well, if you weren't aware of this already, I'm sorry to break the bad news, but Dawn of War 3 has been abandoned by Relic. Awkward silence. If you didn't know this, the game has basically been abandoned today. They're giving forum posts, they're giving information now as we speak in the forums. It's been abandoned. They've said that this product, well, they have indirectly said that it's just not profitable to do it. What their words actually are is they don't feel the game has the player base to support making future investments or whatever. They've done it in a PR way, but basically the game is dead. And the game is not going to make them any money no matter what they throw at it now. Pretty much it's a loss in terms of their overall development, I think. And anything more they throw in is just going to be more of a loss. So we can say goodbye to Dawn of War 3 today. It may get some more skins, but it is pretty officially dead. Is this a good or a bad thing? Now, my argument today is going to be that actually this is the best outcome that could have happened, and I'm glad it happened sooner rather than later. I'm glad they're not dragging it out with more sort of mediocre DLCs, of which, you know, they've thrown a few skin packs at people thus far. Now, why do I think it's a good thing? I think that the mantle of 40k RTS can now finally be passed to another developer, because let's just face it, it's too late for Dawn of War now. They've goofed too hard. Even if they made Dawn of War 4, which they're not going to now, let's be honest, they're not going to, because they've lost too much money on this. This is going to be, this franchise is dead in the water now. It's not investable. They are not, no one is going to give them money to make this game, Dawn of War 4. It's not going to happen. That's my honest view anyway. So what's the good side? The good side is finally another developer can have a crack at it, and they may well do what we wanted all along, which is just a simple RTS. Doesn't have to be like Total War. Now granted, Total War is good for fantasy. I like it. I like the campaign system. I like the RTS real-time blah blah blah. It's all very good, but all we want is just an ordinary real-time base building RTS like Red Alert, something simple with a 40k skin. If we need to, we will buy another game and buy all the bloody mods to try and get that. That's what we're having to resort to at the moment for our Warhammer 1 fixes, for our Dawn of War 1 fixes rather. I'm not going to make a new build, I'm just going to go on with this rifle for a while, but the question is, are we going to get, and this is the question, are we going to get, now Assassination, Noble Demons, that's what I want to play, give it to me. Are we going to get a AAA company, or are we going to get an indie? And honestly, I think we're going to get an indie developer jump on this. Here's why. Dawn of War 3 has just been such a flop. Now, granted, the reasons why are obvious, but that's going to make it very hard for another AAA company to invest in this that heavily. It's going to be a risk that I don't think many companies are going to want to make, even though the potential to be rewarded is there, definitely. They've got so many angry Dawn of War fans and players, of which there is a hell of a lot. All you've got to do is give them a bloody Red Alert reskin with an arena mode, an endless mode, or whatever you want to call it mode, and you're going to make some money. But I don't think a AAA is going to do it. So I reckon an indie dev is going to jump in here. I mean, that being said, indie devs are in fashion now. Just look at the Gladius. Like, the game looks pretty. The graphics are actually not bad looking for a company that's made some largely positive but very small scale games before. I think there's enough demons here. Jeez. Okay, this is a proper Cabal mission. We've got a lot of enemies. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, so many. So many. There we go. Right, we finally whittled them down. So that's my expectation anyway. Give it 2-3 years, which is just how long it's going to take to make a game like this, and I reckon we're going to see another RTS pop out. Will it be as good as Dawn of War 1? Well, I don't think. I think Dawn of War 1 is now in the archive of memories where nothing will ever be as good. It's not going to be like Mario Kart. Nothing's ever going to be as good as it because we're always going to remember that feeling we had when we played it, and nothing's ever going to come close. But for this reason, I suggest you don't go back and play Mario Kart again, because what happens is you invariably realise that the game's nowhere near as good as you thought it was, and it just kind of spoils it. At least that's how it works for me. If I go back and play GoldenEye, my favourite first-person shooter, I hate the controls. I don't like so many things about it. I find it really awkward to play. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Apro. I mean, a AAA company making a 40k game is going to need to be DLC heavy. It's going to need to be microtransaction heavy. It's not the biggest player base in the world. I think it's far easier to sell just a generic. Now, maybe I'm wrong on this, actually. Maybe I'm wrong, but my belief is that it's easier for a AAA company to say, hey, I'm a AAA company and I've just made a brand new RTS, come check it out. I think they would probably get more sales doing that because their existing player base will be interested in it than saying, hey, we're making a 40k game, and all the 40k game sort of fans run over because they risk losing their existing player base. Now, Total War have managed to pull it off, even though a lot of genuine Total War sort of diehards, you know, they're not a big fan of Total War Warhammer, let's be honest. But that being said, it has been a success, but it's also incredibly expensive. Like, it is. You look at the amount of effort that's gone into it. Okay, it's a pretty game, but they are charging an arm and a leg for Total War Warhammer as a series. Like, if you paid for everything as you go, I think we're up to 150 quid already. It's a lot of money. They're getting away with it though, because the game is good. We're happy to accept it. But at the end of the day, I think anything 40k related is gonna happen too. I think it's gonna be the same sort of model. Rip Wallet indeed, a pro. Rip Wallet. I've not even bought Tomb Kings, you know. I still technically, well, no, I can afford them, but I'm saving myself the money. And Tomb Kings are my favourite bloody army. Pretty shocking. I'm not playing my favourite faction just to try and save a few bucks, but that's kind of honestly my thoughts on it. It's cost me so damn much that it's made me go stingy. But to be fair, I've got a lot of other stuff to do. And, in my defence, I have a lot of issues recording Total War. I need to try streaming it a little bit more and just publishing the streams. I think that would probably be doable. But I have a lot of issues recording it. It's something to do with the driver issue. Cannot fix it at all. It does record, it just stutters a lot, and it does my head in to watch it back. Right, pop that, pop that. Oh, do that through the wall. There we go. Oh, there goes the frames. The game does not like loading all of these particle effects all in one go. And it squeezed me. So, where's the next dude to kill? Another 3 to go. Space Marine, yeah, Space Marine, Space Marine. I don't know how well Space Marine did sales-wise. I think Space Marine's in an interesting place because it was a popular game. It did pretty well. You know, people liked it. It's. I don't know how many copies it sold. I'd be very curious to hear that, because I do wonder if, although it was popular within the 40k franchise, is it popular enough? I mean, that's the thing that worries me with 40k is I think a lot of game manufacturers are put off of making games for 40k content, maybe partially because so many of them are flops, and that makes it harder to invest into if you've seen so many other games flop. But I don't know, I also worry if actually the sales are there. Because not only are you trying to pitch to 40k fans, which automatically is not going to be everyone on the planet, but then you're also pitching to a potential niche within that by making it an RTS or an FPS or blah blah blah. I don't know. I think that's my impression anyway as to why I think AAA companies are a little bit hesitant. I could be wrong. I'm not a AAA company. I'm only speculating and guessing based on little to no knowledge. Holy moly! That aim shot does some good. That aim shot is pretty damn nifty. Right, what's going on? We got some questions. Relics? Agreed. I agree too. I don't know what the point is, but I agree. Oh, 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 oh. Where's the next one to kill, by the way? All the way down here. Maybe we can run through a few of these. Use a turret to buy us some time. Oh my word. Is this a gas trap? I really hope not. Yep. Shouldn't have done that just to buy. Oh, let me live. You're all a bunch of dicks. Leave me alone. Oh, and turrets. Turrets galore. Maybe we can kill that one, stop them summoning. Get a turret in here too. Can we hug this cover? That does give you life slowly. Oh my word. Headaches, stresses, and wow, and stuff and things. Okay, we're alive. We're alive. Whew. And then Nurgling's coming, so we can deal with this. We can deal with this. But I will, I think, just play it a little bit safe. Oh, get out of it. Oh, man, that's not good. Burning to death, melting. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So much at home. My health is... I don't even have health right now. Oh, my word. Well, the thing is... Yeah, the thing is, all of us want a AAA product. Of course we do. But... You know, lots of games want... lots of genres want AAA products, but that doesn't mean that a AAA company is going to make enough money to justify it. That's the thing is... In order for a AAA company to think that they want to make these games, they've got to make a lot of sales, and there you go. Oh my god, that was stressful. How did we survive that? Chase me, chase me. All of these crits. The crit chance is nice. I mean, I'm digging the crit. I'm gonna be honest, if this build is doing anything right now, then it definitely the... Whoa. Something just hit me for a given amount. Oh, let's get health back. Let's get health back and then we'll go in. We'll make a plan first. Yes, Doom, that's actually just been the topic of the last 10 minutes. We've been having a good old ramble, and I've got a video ready to publish. I just need to make a thumbnail. All of the reasons why I think this is actually a good thing to happen to the game. I think it is time to abort, throw in the towel, admit defeat. We can move on and let another company have a crack at making us what we actually want, because these guys have goofed, and they're not making Dawn of War 4. If they drag this out, it'll just postpone how long it's going to take for someone else to make a decent game. That's my view in a nutshell, but a video on it will be coming soon, trademark. Let's go here and get a little bit of health back. Man, this has been stressful. Yeah, and somehow the Emperor has been protecting me too. No, don't kill my beautiful thing. My beautiful turret. Oh my word. So many monster things and demons and stuff, and wow. Right. Burn you a little bit. Burn the heretic. Burn the witch. Purge. Give the witch a perm. That's what I said. Let's get some life back. Hashtag soon. Yeah, but seriously, really soon, because I have done the video. I've uploaded it. I just need to do a thumbnail and some other bits. I'll do that soon. I really want burgers as well. Oh, on that note, my burgers are going to be ready after this mission. After this mission, guys, I will be throwing in the towel for tonight. But we will have our news soon as well. Not entirely sure when. And our emoji also coming soon, which is likely going to be the word soon. Because soon is a theme. Not only of Martyr, but also of the channel. Just like the librarian video, coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. Ugh, come on. Die, 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 die. I'm not really feeling like it's worth charging this ability at all. Right, let's do a little pokey pokey there. There we go. A little bit of hokey pokey. Can we do damage from here? Okay. I think we're just going to have to play this one safe. Can I hug anything to get life back, please? Oh, we'll just wait for it to regen. We'll just wait for it to... Yo, what's up, Yakubi? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Do I know what does it mean that last... where? What does what mean? You've lost me there, Doom. Am I being slow? Let me have a reread after I've survived this encounter. Drop one of those again. Do I know what does it mean? It means the last hope left for Inquisitor Martyr. Oh, you mean that this placed more pressure on Inquisitor Martyr that the game has died, that Dawn of War has died. I think there's in a way expectations are low. People are skeptical, so if Neocore pull this off and all the content that they've actually said will be finished, and if the game is finished, there is hope. Oh, why did I step on a trap? Dark, excuse me, coming through. Oh, ouch. Right, there we go. Have a turret to play with in the meantime. Oh my word. More of these. Standard bearer is not healing anymore though. Get wrecked, nerd. Now, I don't think we can bum rush this. We're going to have to be fairly sensible. And we're definitely going to have to kill these guys. Although saying that, the guy that they summon really isn't that amazing. But they still do range damage. This guy does a fair chunk as well. Let's kill all this first and then we'll carry on rambling. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I do think there's pressure on Martyr. And Martyr now, and let's be honest, Martyr has a lot of skeptics, and very rightly so, because every milestone thus far has been missing stuff. And their overall development plan, it's reasonable to expect it may end up missing some stuff they originally promised. We can only tell. Every patch we've had has also been buggy. Now, there are reasons for all of these things. There are reasons for them, and you can make the argument that it'll all be fine. But I think you're also very well entitled, and, you know, logic should dictate that you should be worried. You should be a bit paranoid about this game. I think we all should be. It's, well, you know, it could go wrong. The main thing to be worried about, not only that massive graphical artifact, but the game needs still a lot of work. However, I say the game needs a lot of work. What I'm currently playing needs a lot of work. Let's be realistic though, the developers have already done a lot of work in polishing and changing and doing stuff. We know there's 4 new maps, we know all the skills largely are getting an overhaul. For the Crusader, they'll be done first. We know the Assassin abilities were being done last week and this week, so we know that lots is changing. But it is a case of how much is going to change, and I am in the boat with you guys. We're all on our toes. But I'll be honest, I don't think this game will be a giant amongst 40k games, but I do think it'll be enjoyed a lot by some. I think there will be a following of this game that will enjoy it, that will play it, that will get some kicks out of it, and I think Neocore will probably still see it as a success in their eyes. It's probably not going to be like the Dawn of War 1 of ARPGs of 40k. I don't think it's going to be that because it's too removed from the norm of the genre, if you know what I mean. It is a niche game. It has niche mechanics. It has different stuff. If this was a cookie cutter ARPG, even then I don't think it would go down that well, because at the end of the day it smells indie. And the fact that it smells indie means that people will be like, well, it's nowhere near as good as Diablo 3, so it's not worth playing, snurf, snurf, snurf. And here's the dilemma, okay? Here is the dilemma. Blizzard don't want to make a 40k ARPG. A little bit of a talk with Hydra now. Blizzard don't want to do that. Here we are with a developer, 1/10 the size of the guys that made Diablo 3, 1/10 the size of the department, making a game in less than half the space of time, okay? That is 5% of the resources that went into Diablo 3, 5 bloody %. Now, granted, it's being done in Hungary, okay? They're probably being paid less than Blizzard employees. Yes, that's probably saving some money. However, this is a tiny portion. So if they tried to make Diablo 3, they would fall on their face because it would be nowhere near as good graphically, it would be nowhere near as good feature-wise, it would be nowhere near as good polish-wise. So I actually support the idea of making a game that's a bit different, because at least then it has a chance of standing out. I think if you try and copy Diablo 3, you would end up, well, let's look at their previous success from Van Helsing. That is not from a cookie-cutter ARPG. And granted, it's not a massive game, but to them, a small studio, it was a success. It did well, it sold fairly well, it was quite popular with a few people. For a team of 50 people, that's not that bad. A small AAA title might have 200 developers. These guys have 50. And of that, I think about 10 of them are bloody marketing. So, you know, there's not a lot of people making this. Now, I know people will say, oh, well, take Path of Exile and look what they did. Yeah, okay. Path of Exile, when it first came out, was not that great. It wasn't bad. It was made to be for a certain niche type of player, and it was good. At that, it had lovely complexity. It reused a lot of stuff. A lot of assets were quite basic. A lot of animations were very basic. In its early days, it didn't compete with Diablo 3. It took a long, long time of development to get that far. Now, the guys did exceptionally well with Path of Exile. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. But all I'm trying to say is I do think this game should be doing something different to Diablo, because these developers are not Blizzard. They cannot make a game like Diablo. But there you go. Yeah, absolutely a pro. Path of Exile took years, and people can say now, why would I play this when I can go play Path of Exile? That's like the WoW argument. People see new MMOs and they're like, yeah, but WoW's there. WoW has had longer than some of my friends have been alive. Actually, how old is WoW? It's not 18 years yet. It's like 14 years. I can't remember how old WoW is. It's not 40. I can't even remember. You get my point. You get my point. WoW has been around forever. It's had time to evolve, to improve, to add features. It didn't come out like that. It was good when it came out because it was so different, but it didn't come out to be an amazing game. But there you go, there you go. So guys and girls, I'm going to call it there because my burgers are going to be ready and I'm actually foaming at the mouth and drooling a little bit. We're going for some beef burgers today. We're going to be putting some gherkins on, pickles for you Americans. They're sweet pickled though, they're not the sour ones. Very, very sweet. I really like them. Bit of cheese. Probably going to go barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce indeed. 2004, there you go, 14. I knew it was 14. I knew it was 2004. I don't know why. I don't know why I said 18. I meant 14. Anyway, we're going to have some burgers. I'm going to get shoving them in my mouth, and I will see you soon. Tomorrow, even. Oh, and there's a video coming later. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Take care, guys. And no mustard, Lilandra. That's just dirty. We're not having mustard with a burger. Maybe a little bit of mustard. We'll see.